Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV, and don't worry, I'm not going on a 30-day hiatus after doing 30 days of uploading. I just thought I'd take a one-day break, felt necessary, but we're back and we're in charge with more topics to get our teeth sunk into. Also, smash a like if you enjoy these Redmond roundups. If you don't, then smash a dislike and let me know why in the comments down below, because constructive criticism is always welcome. But let's get into the controversial topics. Let's start winding some people up, okay? So we're going to delve into the rise and potential fall of Curtis Jones. He's had a great tournament with the England under-21s in the Euros. Therefore, really intrigued to know your perspective on Curtis Jones, especially after he had a good end to last season. But then first, we're going to talk about a little catch that we probably should have all been expecting in terms of the sell to buy model, and then Levi Colwill as well. Now, Fabrizio Romano, he came out, he said that Liverpool will look at a third midfielder under the conditions, and these were the conditions, that they get players sold. Now, this started sparking loads of thoughts in my head. I was like, that makes sense, because before, when we were just going to get 4 midfielders after letting 3 or 4 midfielders go for free, didn't really align with this supposed sell-to-buy model, which Liverpool directly have admitted is what they do. So when we were linked with 4 midfielders, because we obviously got Szoboszlai, we got McAllister, and then we was linked with Kefren Turam and Lavia, and then there was rumours that started circulating that we could get all 4 over the line, and that would not require us having to sell, because even if we did sell, who are we selling? Thiago's not going to go for any money. Henderson's not going to go for any money. Fabinho, we're not looking to sell. Therefore, who are we selling to get these players over the line? And then it's, okay, now we're not getting Kefren Turam, but we are still looking at Lavia. And I don't think that's not true. I think we are looking at Lavia. I think we'd love a little bit of Lavia. I think we'd love the homegrown element that we completely neglected for seasons on seasons. So I'm not trying to have a go at the club here, but I'm trying to be as balanced on this as possible, that the sell-to-buy model never left, and this is what proves it. And it turns out that unless we have assets to sell, we're not going to be able to bring in Lavia, which, as we know, Southampton won around £50 million for the player. Let me tell you the issue that we've got. Who is the asset that we sell to acquire said 50 million? Because I know that Nat Phillips has been linked with a £10 million move away somewhere. I also know that, well, actually, I don't know. Who else have we got to sell? I've only seen Nat Phillips linked away from the football club. Maybe Tyler Morton. I imagine he either gets another loan move or he gets a permanent transfer elsewhere. I know that Leighton Clarkson has just moved to Aberdeen on a permanent basis. It must be, I think that's an undisclosed fee. So the reason why I raised this is because so far in this window, I believe we've accumulated in transfer funds, not including contract wages that we're now not paying, but just transfers alone, I believe we've acquired about 5 to 10 million. Let me know if I've missed something, but I'm unsure. So now let's ask the question, are we going to get a third midfielder? Because remember, there's a condition from Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool will, I could have told you this, Liverpool will get a midfielder under the condition that we sell the players. Now, let me ask, who are the players that are going to be sold? And if there's no players to sell, then I feel like that's us pretty much done with the midfield talk for the rest of the summer. Am I right or am I wrong, chat? Can you let me know in the comments down below if I'm right or if I'm wrong, if I'm missing the mark, am I being too negative, and am I looking too much into this? Because I feel like this is something that's quite obvious. Fabrizio Romano is saying things here that me and you know. So I don't think we're going to get Lavia, purely on the basis that I don't think we've got players to sell, and we are sell to buy, and that's something that we've got to admit. So that's interesting, but anyway, maybe we might not need a third midfielder if this player can maintain the form and keep going on the trajectory which he's been going on. Now, we know Curtis Jones, when he's had a run of games, and if you don't admit this, I'm happy to debate it with you, because I have the presumption, or actually the assumption, that when I see Curtis play week in, week out, game after game, I see improved performances. I see a better player and someone who is a technician really getting involved with the intensity of the game and just matching with it over time. You know, if you're not playing Premier League all the time and then you're eventually playing Premier League all the time, it's pretty tough to match that intensity if you're not playing consistently. Now, he's had a great tournament for England and he had a great end for us last season. I think me and you can both admit he was one of our better midfielders, which, not so hard. My nan, in her current circumstances, God rest her soul, could do better than most of our midfielders last season. So that's why I suggest the idea that Curtis Jones, can he get into this team and can he be that third option in which we need? I think that's interesting to talk about, isn't it? Because I think he's got all the technical ability in the world. I also think over time, he can learn to be a more physical presence in the midfield. He's tall and, you know, there's no reason why he can't be a Premier League physical midfielder. That being said, Will he become those things? I don't think he has any chance of becoming those things unless he gets given the minutes. And then that's where we think, how much does Klopp favour Curtis Jones? Does he see him as the guy, this kid's going to win us league titles? Or does he see him as, this kid's a scouser, he's the second best scouser that we've had out of the academy in recent times. We're going to keep using, we're just going to keep using him to hope that it works out. Because I do believe there's promise there, but there's certainly no guarantee. And there's no guarantee without playing him. And then if he plays, will that take away from our performances? Because I think it can improve it in some senses. But now with the two new midfielders, McAllister, Szoboszlai, two offensive eights, let's say, I don't see the space in where Curtis Jones starts, unless he's better than one of the two, which will be very interesting. But then you've got to talk about the six. What's happening with the six? So that just means, and when we were confirmed to keep Henderson and Fabinho, it confirmed to me we might not get a six. Because why have we got Henderson, captain, Fabinho, who's one of the best CDMs in recent time, not the past 18 months, previous, he was in the best CDM conversations in the world at those points. So if the club believe he can get back to there, and you've got captain Hendo Nino, what's the incentive to go out and get young 20-year-old Lavia when there's going to be someone else on the market in 12 months? I'm leading to the point, we're not getting another midfielder. We're not. And maybe that increases the chances of seeing Trent in midfield or seeing Thiago as a six. I don't have a clue, chat. But that's why I wanted to bring to you these things, because it all links together with the midfield thing. Maybe we just see Curtis Jones, the new guy. And I believe he can be, but he needs the game time. And then I still need to see a lot more to see if he can be a league-winning midfielder. Shout out to Harvey Elliott as well. I feel like a lot of people are disrespecting Harvey Elliott. And it's funny in our fan base. It's fine to disregard Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones on minimal substance, but other players like star signings who joined for 85 million and got 9 Premier League goals, it's not okay to criticise them. Oh, you're not a Liverpool fan if you criticise them, but Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones, nah, they're not Liverpool players. Naby Keita, oh, no, he's too head. You know what I mean? Anyway, Naby Keita's fair enough. But I'm just saying, the logic contradicts itself. And then the last thing I want to talk about, because I've not mentioned this centre-back. Do you want me to tell you why we're not getting him? Breaking news here on James Redmond TV. Levi Colwill will not join Liverpool. Colwill. I'm sure he's a cool dude. And by the way, a good-looking centre-back. And I don't mean physically. Pause. I simply mean on the ball. He looks like a good centre-back. Also, he looks like he can read the game well. He's got a physical presence. He's homegrown, all this shit. But he's also 80 million. Where are we getting 80 million to buy him? And I want to take it back when I said that we're not going to get another centre-back, okay? I was a bit... I said previous to the summer beginning, I think we'll get 2 midfielders and maybe a defender. Turns out I was actually wrong. It might just be 2 midfielders. I don't think we're going to get another attacker. I don't see us getting another midfielder because of what we talked about earlier. And then if we're going to sign Joel Matip on a contract extension, which, listen, I am fine if Matip is available. That's fine. That's okay. And if you want to... But a contract extension implies he's going to stay for the next couple of seasons. Whereas if you just let him play out his remaining year, he's going to be 33 by the time he goes, and we were never going to require any funds for him anyway. Oh, by the way, we got him for free, so we're not really losing out on any money either. But then I'll still sit there and I'll say, if he's staying, what's the incentive to go and spend 80 million on a new centre-back when we still need to get a new centre midfielder and all this shit? Oh, chat, I'm absolutely fuming. I'd like Colwill. He's a good player, you know what I mean? Good player, but apparently we're not going to get him. As we don't with everyone. Guys, let me know what you think of this video and what I've talked about and the in-depth details of everything that we've got into. Thank you for sticking with me, even though I had a day break, and I apologise. Tonight's stream is going to be at 9. It is going to be back. I've had Wi-Fi issues recently, so I use that as an opportunity to have a little break from the nightly streams, but they will be back. It's been 2 nights without them. It's going to be good to see you there. If you don't come, then I'm only messing. I love you. Anyway, guys, smash a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all and your mothers in a bit. Peace.